What's going on, guys? Freaky Trades here, bringing you another new Sunday stock watch list. Hope you guys enjoyed this one time around, just like last week. Before we get started, though, don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. We would really appreciate it. We're getting to start to grow the channel a little bit now, so let's keep the momentum going, and let's go ahead and dive deep into the watch list. So, first things first, you guys know I like to talk about my market indicators, which are pretty much ES and NQ as far as the market indexes go. Looking at the 4 hour here and on the 1 hour, you can see that we actually have an uptrend on ES, and it ends at around 52.90. So roughly looking at this, I'm more concentrated on the upside than I am towards the downside. Downside, really have nothing to play around with anything as far as playing the market down. The only thing that I could potentially have is ES breaking 52.90 into this 52.60 area for maybe more downside. But as far as that goes, don't really have too much going on that. I'm really more prioritized on the upsides, and that's where most of my plays are at. So that is it for ES. We can go ahead and dive deep into NQ now. So going in NQ, kind of the same story. We do have another 4 hour uptrend, but we are further away, around 200 to 300 points away on this trend line. But I am more concentrated towards the upside. Reason being is we're currently in a consolidation here between 18,600 and 18,400. But we are closer to this uptrend that we have been testing out this entire week. And so I'll be more interested on that, especially with the mini 5-week, week-long consolidation that we've been in. So looking for an 18,600 break along with this trendline break right here into hopefully more all-time highs with NQ, and seeing if any other stocks can be complemented along with that. So that is my game plan with NQ and ES. As far as the main watch list goes, there really isn't too much if I'm being honest. First things first is ARM. You guys normally don't hear this one a lot, but it was one of the chip stocks or semiconductor stocks that did make the run up along with SMCI, NVIDIA, all these other chip stocks that we had in the market. So first thing that I'm watching on ARM is the double bottom that we have at 121.38. My entry for this would probably be around 121.50. After 121.50, I am looking for a target at 120. So nothing too crazy there. The real play or the real setup that I'm really waiting on is the setup at 115. If I put this on the 4 hour or even on the daily time frame, you can see that we've been stuck between 115 and 150 for, I don't know, probably a month now, 2 months? A month now, since February 12th, since we made that huge run up. So I'm looking for some sort of break on this. Obviously, it looks like we're leaning more towards the downside, and I'm really interested to see if the stock has some volume behind it. That's the only thing you really got to be on the lookout for in the spreads on those contracts, and making sure it lines up with your risk management with that. So I'll keep a close eye on this one for sure. And then Baba, same story as last week as part of the watch list, is didn't end up breaking today, or sorry, this previous week. So I'll still be watching this, still relatively close to the downside here at that 70 level. My target on this would be 69, just because we have a gap here on the daily from 70 all the way down to 69, 68.70 if you want to be exact. But that is the idea that I am watching on Baba. Same idea as last week. Google, probably one of my most exciting setups because this has been setting up all week. The only downside is it closed relatively close to the level that we wanted at. So hopefully the market doesn't gap up here overnight and we end up losing this play. But the initial play that I am looking at for this is we have the flat top at 152. Yes, we broke it midday, but I don't really count this as a breakout because we only broke out by 20 cents and we ended up wicking underneath it on the 1 hour. So we still have some time on this. Realistically, the only way I look to try and play this is with this 30-minute downtrend that the indicator drew out. Description is down in the description below. But with the algo here, it plotted a downtrend on the 30-minute time frame that we would roughly break around 151.20. I wouldn't take it on the trendline break because I don't like playing trends alone. I like playing trends into something that I like. So whether it be a key level, some sort of consolidation, those are my types of trendline breaks that I like to play out. So I wouldn't play the 120 or the 20 cent area here. I would wait to see how we react along this trend line and see what kind of breakout we get at this 150, 150 and make that my entry. Depending on how we break out though, that's the key part there. What kind of momentum, what kind of volume we're getting. What's the market sentiment like? All those things you got to take into effect when playing these kinds of breakouts. So, but yeah, taking 150, 150 as my entry target, or I guess not target, but the real entry if you want to be safe, it would be 152, and looking for a sell at around 153, or maybe if we get a crazy breakout, maybe the all-time high at 154. It's asking a lot because Google doesn't move that much, maybe $1 to $3 a day, roughly. So I want to be careful with that kind of run, but I could always scale out of that position. But that would be the ideal setup for Google right there. And as far as the side watch goes, don't really have too much. Everything is really far away. AMD ended up wicking perfectly off the gap fill that we talked about, guys, at 172. So we still have this gap fill at 172 all the way down to 165. My entries for that, or I guess the areas that I'm really interested on, would be 172 and then 170 on that. But relatively far away, around $8, so still got a little bit to go on that. Next setup is NVIDIA. And then after NVIDIA, I'll show you guys probably my second favorite setup for the week, because I did end up executing on this stock really nicely. You guys will get the recording for that soon, for sure. But NVIDIA had a crazy bounce, nor had an insane signal on this. I believe it was around 40 to 50%. I didn't lose my notes, but I don't have them pulled up right now because I have my watches pulled up. But realistically, the only area that I'm looking to play NVIDIA on is the 891 area into 890. The ideal way that I do want to trade this is taking this based off its weakness with the market sentiment. So I want to see NVIDIA weak before the market starts making any moves towards the downside. Or if NQ is making moves to the upside, I want to see the weakness on NVIDIA be really strong. So I don't want to see NVIDIA kind of just moving with the market, or kind of just making its way down there, inching closer and closer, little by little, or some would even say grinding. That's the last thing I want to see on NVIDIA. I want to see those big drops that we like to see on NVIDIA, not every day, but from time to time now at this point. So that is the setup on NVIDIA. And then Reddit is a stock a lot of people wouldn't expect. Ended up catching this at the 70 break, or I guess at the 68 level on, ended up selling at around 71 when I did end up catching this play. Unfortunately, you guys can see I did miss out on like another $2 to $3 on this play. It is what it is. It just recently IPO'd. I had to play a month out contracts on that, but those were the only contracts available at the time, and they actually had a lot of liquidity behind them, surprisingly. So kind of the same idea this time around with playing the all-time high. I'm looking to play the all-time low now. My ideal entry for this would be the 45 area, and then my target would be at either at the low at 44.24, depending on how we react, or at the 44 area. And Reddit now finally has same week contracts, which is going to make this even more interesting. So definitely going to be a close eye, especially with IV being spiked up on this on the way up and on the way down. So it'll be a really interesting way to see how IV affects this stock and how my contracts will hold up. If it ends up pulling back, if I end up getting in and it goes really well in my favor, I need to see how this is going to hold up with the market. So, but yeah, that is pretty much it for the watch list, guys. Not too much going on, but there are a few setups that I am really excited for. But yeah, hope you guys enjoy that. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. We'd really appreciate it as a team. Really gives us support. And don't forget to leave some recommendations in the comments for us. So any educational videos that we haven't done, anything, any ideas that you guys can give us and throw it our way. We'd really appreciate it. But yeah, hope you guys enjoy that. And hopefully we have a good week. So peace out.